Welcome to Tourism Talk. I'm your host, Mary Hammond, with the Paducah Convention and Visitors Bureau. And I'm glad to have as my guest today, Julie Harris, Executive Director of the River Discovery Center, right on Paducah's riverfront. Welcome, Julie.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine a year ago we gathered to hear about something all new, a sport, a competition that involved dragon boats. Dragon boats, isn't that something from like the Far East? And then here we are, after so many people have been introduced, competed, fallen in love with this sport, and we're back again.
That's right. That's right. Our event this year will be held on Saturday, September 21st, and the second annual, and it was very, very popular.
Successful.
Very successful. It is a fundraiser for the River Discovery Center's educational programs, and we had such success last year, and the event has really grown this year, so we're just really excited and looking forward to it.
I hope those watching have the same experience I did, that you'd find as you were traveling or talking to relatives that they have that event in some other cities too. Not too many, but it's a growing sport. But those who are lucky enough to have a river or a lake and somebody who pursues bringing in these professionals that helped organize this?
Well, yes. We actually bring in a company that produces the event. They actually come from Montreal, Canada, and they produce these events all over North America. They're a Canadian-based company, but they come and do this all over the U.S., and it is actually the fastest-growing team sport in North America. So it's really a fascinating sport, very interesting to learn about, and it is in a lot more cities than we realize. Paducah was the second city. Owensboro has an event, and Paducah was the second, and now Louisville is going to have a Dragon Boat Festival. But it's all over in major cities along the rivers. It's in a lot of areas where there's lakes, and lots of them are in Florida along the eastern seaboard. So it's a big sport. So
there are many teams. It's grown from last year.
Yes, last year we had 26 teams, and this year we have 34 teams.
34, congratulations.
34, so we've really grown, and we are a little bit limited with the size of the event, with the size of our riverfront and docking facility, so we can't grow really much bigger than where we are right now, but it's just so fun and so exciting.
So let's take it from the very beginning, so we all sort of understand. So you want to get a team, like the college here. The college has got a team. So how many people, and what are their roles, and how do the producers help that team, and then take us through the competition? Okay.
Well, our teams are made up of 20 paddlers.
20 large teams.
Yes, yes. There are actually 10 rows, and there are 2 paddlers per row.
Okay.
So there are 20 paddlers in each boat, and then there is a drummer. And the drummer is there to actually, 2 purposes, to sort of keep the team in sync with the drumming, and to also get the spirit aroused.
Oh, yes.
So.
And there's an award for the best spirit, isn't there?
Yes, I
think I saw paddled back here with the best spirit.
Most team spirit, yes.
And they'll have an opportunity to learn the rules and practice, have some practice runs.
Yes. The week leading up to the event, the company name is 22 Dragons that comes in. They actually come in early in the week before, and each team gets an hour-long practice session. And we also provide a professional steersman for each team. So each team will get a practice session with a professional, and they have the opportunity to learn about what they're supposed to do, how they hold the paddle,
Okay.
you know, how the paddling is done, and all the technical aspects. So they do have a good opportunity to learn that before the actual event on Saturday.
So you've got a big boat, 10 rows, 2 people. Someone with the drum is at the front or the
Yes,
back, and they're like
he would
keeping
be,
time.
the drummer would be at the front of the boat facing all the paddlers.
Okay,
So
and then the other person
the steersman is at the very
at the back, and he actually is controlling
The direction.
the direction of the boat.
Yes.
And then it's everybody's literally stroking.
Yes.
Stroking together.
And, you know, a lot of people think that the most experienced teams are necessarily, or the biggest and strongest teams are going to win. And really what's most important is the being in sync. That makes a bigger difference than the size or strength of each of the paddlers. So, and each team has to have a minimum of 8 females.
Oh, okay.
So, yes, that is a requirement to have
That's
a
good.
minimum of 8 females that make up the team. So we make it very equitable.
So, you know, when you say only 1 hour of practice, well, when you consider how quick a race is, that's many times of running the race
The
with
race
an hour,
course,
the
yes.
race course. So I would imagine there are many sore people using muscles that we're not used to doing.
Yes, many of the people have never paddled before, so they are not accustomed to that, and they do get some sore muscles, but most of them got off the boats at their practice session and said how much fun it was. So,
I saw nothing but smiles and laughter, even when a boat turned over.
yes, we actually had some capsizes last year, which added to the excitement and fun, but our river conditions and the wind can really impact that kind of thing. And the boats sit really low in the water. They're, you know, might even be just 6 inches
Okay.
above the water line. So,
But you had other, they weren't Coast Guard. Was it
Well, we
Coast Guard?
had
people
lots
who
of-
rushed right after.
right.
I mean, the people who were barely in the water before there was help right there.
that's
getting
right.
them.
That's right. We have, not only is the Coast Guard there, but we have McCracken County's rescue
Right.
squad. They have, the Sheriff Department has a rescue team. And one of our sponsors of the event, Ingram, actually had a boat in the water. So those are all there in addition to the Coast Guard. So when the boats capsized, it was within seconds
Right,
that
within
they were
seconds,
they were
right.
there. And everybody, of course, has life jackets on, so it was fine. But
A lot of smiles, actually.
Yes.
So I think one of the most exciting things was coming down to the riverfront, and even though we had talked and I'd seen and heard you planning this, still wasn't quite prepared to go down there and see tents and see teams with their own logos or themes, and they were just decorated their tents, just like with barbecue on the river, where
Right.
you had best decorated area.
Right.
Can you think of any of the themes that they had? They were
well,
so cute.
It really is one of the neat aspects of this event. Is it's a community-wide event. And not only are they raising money for our educational programs, which is the purpose of the event, but it's great because we really don't have any events like that on the water, and our river is so important to us, so it's great to actually use it in that regard. And also, it's wonderful for team building, so companies like that, and it's really a great physical activity. So that's a nice benefit too. And it's just very festive. And all the teams come and set up their area under a tent because it's an all-day affair. And we have food vendors there all day to feed everybody. And so it's just really lots of fun.
Do you remember any of the jingles or the
Well,
the names?
You know, the teams all, most of the teams have their own team shirt. And all the paddlers get a shirt from us that actually says paddler on it, but most of the teams have their own team shirt. So they have really cute team names. They get really into it.
They
and,
do.
It's lots of fun. They've got some really catchy names. And, you know, some have songs that they've made up.
Sure, cute. All types of teams, businesses, organizations.
Yes. We have banks.
Right.
We have the hospitals. Utilities are a part of it. Lots of corporate teams. We've got several nonprofit teams.
Okay.
The Yeiser Arts Center has a great team, which is a wonderful way for them to build awareness and team camaraderie. But we have another nonprofit that participates that really adds a unique element to the event, and they are a team of breast cancer survivors. And they actually come here from northern Kentucky, right outside of Cincinnati. Right. And their team name is the Kentucky Thoroughbreasts.
Thoroughbreasts.
The
Okay.
Kentucky
Well,
Thoroughbreasts.
good for them, right.
So it's a cute name.
It is.
They are an organization that has been together for about 3 or 4 years. Right. And they come in with their pink paddles, and they have a great story to tell. Breast cancer survivors around the country have teams in dragon boat races all over. So it's sort of a competition within a competition. And a lot of these breast cancer survivor teams travel around to different events. So they learned about ours and wanted to come. And so it's really a way, they're not doing it as much for the competition itself as they are to raise breast cancer awareness. And they have a darling chant that they sing as they're heading to the lineup, and it really tells the sort of the story of their challenge and their fight with breast cancer, but it's really cute. So it really is a wonderful touch to the event to have that.
I'm so glad you found this. It fills a whole different area of our community of bringing us together, not as just as a fundraiser, like you were saying, the team building, the fun, the awareness. Right. It's really good. So once again, Saturday the 21st of September.
Saturday the 21st. The races actually start at 9 a.m. It runs like clockwork all day. It's all scheduled out very tightly by the producers. And each team, it's done in heats.
Okay.
Each team will race in 2 heats, and 3 boats race per heat. And then in the final heat, the top 15 times will race. So.
And they put in, the boats are down there in the little dock we have down there, the barge.
Yes.
That's what you use to get on and off of the dragon boats.
Yes, we attach ladders to that dock, and so that's how the paddlers access the boats. And we have a team of volunteers to help them in and out, and it's run very smoothly. And
how long is the course? Or the track?
The course is about 200 meters.
So if you're it starts down near the dock, and it goes down just about the width of our riverfront.
Yeah, a little bit longer than that. They actually load at the dock, and then they paddle up, really up around about where our big opening is in the flood wall. That's sort of where you would see them if you looked through. And that's about where they start. And then the finish line is right close to the dock. So.
Okay, so it's going.
Yeah, they end up at the dock.
At the dock, okay.
Yes, so they have to paddle up to the beginning of the race course.
That's what I'm picturing in my mind, is when they're traveling to where the race actually begins.
Yes, they have to paddle up.
Okay. Well, just as an FYI sort of thing, so no cars or boats putting in down at the riverfront.
No, we actually have to close the riverfront on Friday afternoon because there is so much setup, and so no vehicles can access or fishermen can put in boats beginning at 4 p.m. on Friday afternoon through the end of the event, which ends approximately at 3:30 or 4 on Saturday.
Plenty of parking in the downtown parking lots. Your food vendors will actually be on the riverfront side?
Yes, the food vendors will be on the riverfront side, right at the top of the riverfront inside the flood walls. So we've got really a great variety of food vendors, not just barbecue, but we've got Chick-fil-A, we've got pizza, we've got Midtown Market that's going to
fun.
have some veggie wraps, and they're going to even have breakfast food because everybody has to come so early in the morning. So we've got really a great variety of food for all of our participants, but we also encourage the public to come down, and of course all the teams have their own cheering sections that come to cheer them on to victory as well.
How many actual rowers are there?
Well, we've got 34 teams, so
20
it's
each.
approximately 750 paddlers. So
That's a lot of paddlers.
it's a lot of paddlers.
That's a lot of activity when you
Yes.
start bringing friends and people
Yes.
cheering you on. Well, that's
Yes.
great.
Yes, it's great, and it's really a family event, which is a nice thing too. That it's great event to bring your children to see. Nobody really in this area had seen it before, so everybody was pretty unfamiliar. The boats are so colorful, so it's a very visually spectacular thing to watch as well. So.
They are colorful.
Yes.
Such as the awards in front of us, how colorful they are. I love these dragons.
Well, yes, we decided last year when we were putting the event together that we're looking at some of the trophies from other events,
Right.
and we decided we really wanted to do something special with that. So this big trophy in front of us is the Grand Prize Trophy. It was custom made, and it will travel to each team that wins first place each year. And then it'll go to the next team that wins in each year thereafter. And then the trophy next to that with the gold dragon, that's the trophy that the first place team keeps. So after the traveling trophy leaves them each year, then this other trophy they get to keep. So the top 3 teams get the trophy with the gold dragon. And
Who won last year?
that was Murray State, the Paducah campus. Their name is the MSU Racers.
Very appropriate.
Yes, yes. So they were a great team. Had lots of spirit, and they did a great job. Then also all the paddlers actually for the top 3 teams get a medal, and we have gold, silver, and bronze medals, and those are sort of hanging there on the front of that trophy. And I'm holding one as well. This is actually a gold medal. And so we have gold medals for the first place paddlers, and then, of course, silver for the second place and bronze for the third. So all the paddlers get to take home a medal for the
and the
first
drummer.
3 teams. Well, actually, the drummer is a team member, so
Yes.
they get to take a medal home too for the top 3 teams. And then we have these special awards that are behind us. These paddles are awarded to the teams that have best team area, is the one over here on the left. And then the next one is our drummers compete in a fashion show at our lunch break, and we award to the best dressed drummer. And then the one behind me is the team with the most team spirit. So these are our special awards.
When I went to Paducah Waterworks, I saw a paddle on their wall, and I don't remember which award they received, but it was definitely on display.
Yes, they won most team spirit last year. They're the wave runners.
Oh, that's a good
So,
name. Yes, give you an idea of some of these fun
yeah,
names.
there's some great team names. We've got, let's see if I can think of some, the Rockin' Rowers.
That's cute.
lot of plays on the words. We've got the Blazing Paddles. The college's team are the River Warriors. And let's see. Let's see, the Yizer team, they're the Yizer Yaks.
What fun.
So there's lots of fun team names.
Yes. Oh, well, I think it'll be a good event, a fun day. It was a beautiful day last year.
Yeah. Well, we can't predict the weather.
It is rain or shine.
It is a rain or shine event because you can row in the rain. Now, if there's thunder or lightning, we do not row, so we'll have to take a break for that. But it is a rain or shine event, and usually September is good with weather, so we should be fine.
Well, tell us a little bit about the programs then. You're raising money for these educational programs at the River Discovery Center.
Yes.
I've been in your new classroom.
Yes.
I've talked to EJ Abel a little bit about some of her
Yes.
experiences. Tell us a little bit about the educational programs and your summer camp that you had.
Well, we do, that's what this event benefits, is being able to grow those educational programs. And that, of course, is the mission of the River Discovery Center, is to educate about the river and the river industry, the importance of the river. So our programs are all geared to that. And we've got one called the Skipper Program that is sponsored by Ingram Barge, and it really is geared to third graders, and they provide the funding for the third graders in our entire region to come to the center, spend a day. What's special about it is that only one class comes at a time, so they get lots of attention, and it's really, they have an opportunity to learn in a relaxed environment for an entire day at the center. So they take away an art project that they can participate in as well. So that is really one of our newest programs. We also have a new program called Animal Encounters that is targeted to second graders. And we are partnering with the Land Between the Lakes.
I went there one day.
Yeah.
The eagle was there.
Yeah,
Oh,
yes.
my goodness.
Yes, yes. Well, they have several birds of prey and other types of animals from our river environments. And so they will be bringing those animals in, and then we'll also do an educational program for schools along with that.
I learned.
And
I
yes.
watched the kids' faces, and they were just in awe.
Right, right.
And I know that they were taking home the same thing I was taking home. They're
Yeah, there's-
third graders.
Yes, yes. There's a lot to learn about our environmental
Yes.
creatures. And so when we had the bald eagle visit us this summer for our summer camp, there is so much to learn, and they're really fascinating creatures, and they're amazing to see up close. We really had a unique opportunity to be up close and personal with those eagles.
The River Discovery Center has a really good relationship with the schools in Paducah, McCracken County, and the region, working with the teachers to see that their needs are being met through the programs at the River Discovery Center.
Yes.
And that's wonderful. And if anybody is watching and wants to learn more about that, to call down to the River Discovery
Yes.
Center.
Well, we work very closely with the schools, and we actually tailor our programs to what the kids are learning in the schools. We also learn what the curriculums are and the requirements at the state level, so that our programs can be tied to the curriculum and help the teachers meet those needs.
That's so important.
Yes,
So
so
important.
we work hard and strive to fill those needs of the teachers in the classes.
You're a small staff at this point, looking to the future.
Yes.
As we even, speaking of growing constantly and with nice plans ahead, but you're always looking for volunteers. If someone is listening to this and thinks this sounds like something they're interested in. Maybe they had worked in the river or had someone in their family with a river industry that they'd like to volunteer. Give you a call. Come down at the museum. There's places for people who'd like to volunteer, not just during the festival, but during
Yes, yes.
during the week,
Yeah.
the weekends,
Right.
when we have our steamboat visits,
Yes,
that type of thing.
yes.
So do give us give a call, and your web address.
It's www.riverdiscoverycenter.org.
That's pretty easy. Of course, you can always go to Paducah.travel, www.paducah.travel, to see what's happening not only at the River Discovery Center, but our other museums and galleries, and
There's a lot to do.
Be a part of what's happening in our community. You can be inspired as well.
Yes. Well, we encouraged the local community and the public, the viewing
Yes.
public, to come down and experience the river at the River Discovery Center. We're open April through November, 7
days a week.
7 days a week.
Yes.
And Monday through Saturday, 9:30 to 5, Sunday 1 to 5. So come on down.
Come down and see us. Thank you, Julie, for joining us. I will see you on the riverfront September 21st. I wish I was paddling maybe next year.
Oh, we'll have to put you on a team, maybe.
Well, no, you'll find a job for me. I know that.
Yeah, probably will.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on Tourism Talk. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba